welcome back, everybody, to the Director's Garage. Did you like the shot put event at the Olympics? Classic. Okay, I'm your host and resident idiot, Michael, and today, folks, we have a mystery box. I have no idea what the hell is in this thing. It could be a $50 product, it could be a $500 product, or indeed even a $5,000 product. These are my very favorite episodes to make, and it all comes to us because of our fine friends at...
Head on down, headphone downtown, audio 46.
Yeah, Audio 46, guys. Now, if you haven't heard about Audio 46, it's a great story. These guys are enthusiasts, just like us, who opened a brick and mortar in the heart of New York City. Their website, audio46.com, is the place to go if you're looking for your next headphone obsession. Like the brand new Noble Apollo, a true wireless over-ear, the first non-IEM that Noble has ever done. This thing is getting raves and I can't wait to hear it. Now, how about the new Empire Ears Triton, a tribrid design featuring Empire's W9 Plus subwoofer? Or how about the summer's most hyped headphone? Yeah, the HiFiMan Sapphire unveiled. These are all exciting products, and as always, there's no restocking fee and a 30-day return policy, and here is the best part. If you use the coupon code Director's Garage, all one word, you can knock an extra 5% off most of the gear they carry. And when we're talking about the Sapphire, that's a hell of a discount. Okay, these guys really are the very best in the business and my go-to for all things headphone related. Broken bottles under children's feet. Bodies strewn across the dead-end street. You got that one? That's Sunday Bloody Sunday by U2. Yeah, that one's a true classic. I hope it wasn't too easy for you. Now, I'm thinking this thing's a headphone given its size. I only regret I don't have that B21 Raider or the Mass Kobo to play these things through. But I had to put this episode off for a few weeks in order to get those limited time amps in and out of here. Tony and Rodrigo and all the guys, Nat, they have been with this channel from the very earliest days. I can't thank them enough. They've been patient on this one. Okay, I think we're ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? And oh my God, we got ourselves, what's this? It's an iO-12 Dali. Guys, this is gonna be an exploration for us. The iO-12 from Dali Audio. I don't even know anything about this. This thing looks pretty cool. All right, let's see what else is in here. Comes with a premium grade stand from Strauss & Wagner, wood and aluminum. Gotta like this, check it out. And it's got a cable, a beautiful weave. Looks like a silvery, coppery kind of thing. All right, we'll check it out. And that's it. All right, let's check this thing out. We've got a little hole here. Unboxing. This thing's fresh, guys. Can you smell it? Very nice. I like the box. It's got a nice matte finish on it. Never heard of this company before, guys. Very cool. Very cool. Let's turn this thing over. It says true hi-fi sound, active noise cancellation. I think we're looking at a wireless here, fellas. Dual sound modes, luxury comfort, no app required. Yeah, this looks like a true wireless Bluetooth headphone. Very cool. All right. Looks like we got ourselves a sleevey case. Sleevey case. It's what's for dinner. Work this out and voila. Very fancy. Man, nice little foil embossed box here. Very nice. And from here, I think it just flips. It's a flip cover. Let's take a look. Wow. Oh, there they are. Guys, these are pretty premium looking. A little plasticky on the outside, but maybe that's metal. I can't tell. Got plastic inserts here. Nice, comfy, cushy headband here. It's got some protective things on it. Looks like there might be some buttons here along the outer rim to control these things. Very good. This side doesn't seem like any of these things are active buttons. take a look at the cups. Cups are nice, premium. These feel like lambskin leather. Gotta like a lambskin leather. Let's try them on. Oh, yeah. These actually, these remind me a little bit of the Bowers & Wilkins headphones I used to love so much back in my prosumer days. Very cool. Let's see what other goodies we got with this thing. All right, well, it seems like there's a bunch of codes here. There's a quick start guide. Now, this will tell us everything we need to know about what buttons to push to do what. It looks like there's answering calls. You can adjust some bass with buttons on the right cup. Very interesting. And then there's a case down below here. Now, this is a travel case. This thing feels pretty premium. I like it. It's ballistic canvas and it's some nice leather applique. Very interesting. Let's unzip it, see if there's anything in this thing. Sometimes there is. Nope. Oh yeah, we got a little case of goodies here, which has got a couple of cables up here. There's also this hidden magnetic flap, and this has got another cable behind it. Of course, we got our Strauss & Wagner cable. I have to check that one out. All right, let's set this thing aside for a second and investigate this headphone here a little bit. Now, check out this. This is a nice little integrated swivel thing. Most headphones have a yoke here. These have integrated the swivel of the cup in a very clever way. I like the ANC button right here. We'll check that out in a few. Here's your two LEDs for Bluetooth and power, battery reserve. Seems to be a reset button here, USB-C for charging. And you've got a power switch, and then you've got this EQ button we'll have to investigate. Other cup has just a wire for the headphone if you want to use them in a wired configuration. Now on the cup, you can push this button on the downside to make the headphone quieter, or you can push the up side of this, the top side of this, to make the headphone louder. This is a pause, play, fast forward, depending on the number of times you press it and how fast. And this side does absolutely nothing. Inside, these do not come off. The pads are fixed to this thing. Can't remove them. All right, guys, I think we gotta check these things out and head into a director's garage sound impression and see how these things do. So these things are connected. So let's see if real quick, where was that ANC button? It's right here. Okay, so it's on the front of the cup, and let's see what it happens when I push it. Okay, so this opens up a mic to the outside, and then if I hit it, and that's no ANC. Okay, it does a pretty good job of isolation. This isn't the quietest ANC arrangement I've heard, but it is pretty good. So I think what's fun about a pair of ANC headphones is you can really just listen to stuff you really like. You don't have to be as locked into audiophile tracks. So I think I'm going to listen to some of my favorites, like Once in a Lifetime. And these things have a lot of bass. They have a lot of bass. They're kicking bass pretty good. Not too bad on this stage. Image is a little vague. These are giving me a smile off the top. It's a big sound, a little loud. How do we turn the volume down? There we go. I would say that these fall into a very commercial sound. The treble is not terribly extended. They're a little bit compressed in the mids, but they're fun. This is a fun set of headphones. I'm getting a decent image in that, stuff is kind of staying. This is not a locked-in experience, though. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. This is not your audiophile pair of headphones. This is a nice, good-sounding pair of prosumer headphones, in my estimation. It's got that commercial sound you hear out of a lot of Sony, Apple products. Mids are compressed, high V, but the extension on the treble end is not very good. It's not going off. Stage is reasonable so far. Image is just, it's there, but it's a little vaguey. It's not that precise. But these things are putting a smile on my face, and you know what? That's a good start. That's a good start. Not the most comfortable. Not feeling great around my ears, but I'm gonna go to something else. Let's go to the English beat. I'm gonna listen to Save It for Later. This is a great song. The mids are very recessed on this thing. It's definitely got more of a V shape. They're not punching in the middle, in the mids at all. These actually sound like a lot of other over-ear true wireless headphones I've heard. And that's not a criticism, good or bad. It's just, it's a familiar sound. I'm not getting extension deep into the sub, but there is good bass representation. And the vocals have sort of a nice three-dimensional texture to them. I wouldn't call this a great headphone experience, but I wouldn't call it a bad headphone experience. This falls right in the middle. And what it's going to come down, let's pause for a second. What this is going to come down to for me is price. Because what we have here is a nice sounding pair of true wireless headphones. These aren't blowing me away. They're not like the craziest, greatest thing I've ever heard. But they're good. They're good. It's a good experience. It put a smile on my face when I started listening to Once in a Lifetime. And I think the end arbiter of this review or this first listen is going to be price. Because if they're cheap enough, it will validate this headphone. If they're too expensive, I can say, well, these are good, but they don't have the fidelity of the Batiste from FoKus. And this currently right now, folks, this is the top of the top as far as fidelity in true wireless, at least until this Noble audio headphone gets our way and we can hear that, because I think that that's going to really challenge these. And from memory, and I can do this shootout right here as we go, it's not even close. I mean, it's not even close. What you get great separation, great stage, much better treble presence, bass into the sub, lots of texture. This is a righteous pair of headphones, it giving all of the detail. And then when you go back to these, it's a more commercial sound. It doesn't have the fidelity of the FoKus. It's got a nice shape to it, but you can definitely hear they're pulling frequencies back to try and emphasize bass and not let the treble run too wild. And the detail isn't there. These are nowhere near as fast as the Batiste. I mean, I think anybody who compared the two would have no hesitation about grabbing these, because these are offering a much higher fidelity experience. This is offering me depth and sub bass extension and a nicely represented bass without being overdriving, no bloom down low. These have a lot of bloom down low. So enjoyable. It's going to come down to price though, because now these are sitting here at $700. If these are sitting out here at $200, these become a lot more attractive. If they're sitting at $500, it's going to be more enticing to say, hey, spend the extra $200 and go for the Batiste. You're getting a much greater enjoyment and a higher fidelity sound out of it. One thing that I will say about these that I'm appreciating is that they do go quite slammy and fun easily. Like when the bass drum was being hit, I got a lot of push on them from the cup, and that was kind of fun. I enjoyed that. So what this comes down to is how much do these cost? Now, if I'm guessing, looking at I'm going to pause for a second now. We're going to pause right here. So it comes down to cost entirely. It's entirely coming down to cost on these. And I'm going to put these at about $250-ish, but let's go live to the internet, and I'm gonna go to my friends at Audio 46 because they're selling these things, and let's go to Dali Audio, and here they are. Oh my lord, these things are $1,300. $1,300. Oh boys. I am not hearing $1,300 in sound out of these things. I think they sound good, but I think that they're compromised. I think that at $1,300, I want a tighter bass. I want extension into the sub. I want extreme clarity. I want detail. These things are not a detailed headphone. They have 50 millimeter bass drivers. Okay, well that would explain all of this crazy bass I'm getting out of these things. But it doesn't explain why the sub is missing. Like, I don't get that deep. They're giving me a nice kick, and they definitely go into slam, and that's fun. And that's, why I get a good smile on my face when I listen to these. I would think long and hard before jumping into a $1,300 pair of Dali wireless noise-canceling headphones. One other thing I will do before we go is we're going to listen to this headphone wired. I think I owe it to the headphone to make sure that it's just not like, well, it's not doing Bluetooth interpretation terribly well. And I'm going to listen to Freddie Hubbard. And, all right, this is a better experience. Interesting. This is a better experience than I heard on over the Bluetooth. So switching over to the Bluetooth on the same song, it does lose something. There's a lack of air coming through. Going back to the plugged-in version. Line in is much airier. So these do perform seemingly better on wire than they do under the Bluetooth. So there's that. Overall, I've got to say my honest opinion is these are overpriced. These are overpriced by nearly $1,000, in my opinion. I don't think that the construction is good enough to justify this price. I don't think that the sound is good enough to justify this price. Are they enjoyable? I put a smile on my face. There's no question I enjoyed them out of the box, but they definitely presented in a more consumer lane than an audiophile lane. Better under the wire, but I still think if I had my choice, this would be the headphone I would take over this one. So, I don't like to take down a product, and I know that a lot of research and a lot of energy and a lot of people spent a lot of time developing this headphone. And I appreciate that. But I'm not getting more than a Bose vibe from these. These sound very commercial to me, to my ears. When you have a pair at 2/3 the price that are giving me incredible detail, and a bass that extends deep into the sub, and the mid bass is nice and tight and not bloomy. These are bloomy. I'm inclined to say this pair would not get a recommendation for me. Conclusion. I always recognize when I'm reviewing something for the first time and hearing it that there's a lot of effort that goes into any product, any of these headphones. These people spend time out of their lives to come up with the best product they can. And this is a good product, but the sound isn't there for me. This headphone extends out and gives you this airiness up top, and the instruments stay very tight and distinct. The bloom on the bass sort of washes over the location of the instruments in my experience with this headphone. I hate to say it, but these are going to be a hard pass for me because I think they're overpriced. I don't think that they compete with this $700 Bluetooth headphone that has better noise cancellation, better instrument separation. The only feature I would say that this headphone gave me over this headphone is slam. These have a wonderful, fun slam to them that's enjoyable, and these did put a smile on my face when I first put them on. I thought, these are a lot of fun. They're a good time. They're not a $1,300 good time. No chance, no way, no how. Under the wire, these got better, but I'm not going to fool you and say at $1,300 where you can buy a Hi-Fi-Man Aria Organic, or I think you can get the HE1000 V2 Stealth there right now. You're not in the same league. You're not even in the same class. This headphone is much more prosumer in its sound shape than something like a Hi-Fi-Man at that price point. But it's a shame because it's clear that they put a lot of work in on this. I just don't think they've priced these appropriately.
Yo, boy. What's on the show next?
All right, now next up, folks, is the full, in-depth review of that amazing Mass Kobo 465. Man, we have everything on this show. We go to all ends of the spectrum. I have so much to say about that amp, and we're going to talk about its many strengths and a few things that didn't work so well for me. And we're going to pair it up with some of my very best headphones and see where the magic is in that $15,000 price tag. All right, you got to make sure you
like, and subscribe to the Director's Garage.
So much fun, man. Give this episode a thumbs up if you liked this mystery box. Price is a little mysterious to me, but you can also do the other thing if you think that I should become a mystery to the internet. Can't say I blame you either way, and I will see you guys before you know it.
Lord, help me find my way, oh, to the Director's Garage.